Pre-order The Consultant Next Door today with the link below.
The mind is the most powerful tool in your arsenal. I created this podcast as a daily supplement for you to invest into your thinking. This is your
daily mind medicine.
My friends, what's up? Taylor Welch here, Daily Mind Medicine. Hope you're enjoying this podcast. If you are, please leave us a review. That is our only form of advertising and monetization for this podcast. It's not money. We don't run ads. I just count on the people listening to be passionate enough about the mental work required for success to share it with the people they care about. If you got people you care about, share it with them. Make sure they download it. Hey, listen, I'm in Nashville. Actually, I'm in a suburb of Nashville called Franklin. And I'm just driving through one of the little areas on the way to grab some food. And I pulled over actually because I was reminded. I'm looking across the parking lot here. And there's all of these cranes and these buildings are being built up. And there's all of this mess. I mean, it's literally a mess. It's a beautiful area of town, but it's just a mess. There's there's big piles of dirt and there's big trash cans, the big metal trash cans. And I'm literally staring at, like, this is kind of gross maybe, but I'm staring at a porta potty right now. And on the left side of the parking lot, there's these beautiful brand new buildings and they're big and they're pretty. And on the right hand, it's like total destruction. They're building the foundations, pouring concrete, doing all these things. And I had two thoughts that I want to remind you of today. We'll make this quick so you can get on about your business. Number one, some of you need to remind yourself that proper foundations take time. Imagine trying to throw up a building when you cut corners on the foundation and you cut corners on the material and you cut corners on the order of things. Imagine what would happen. It would not stand the test of time. Do you want to be that person that has a quick overnight success and topples? Or do you want to be a long-lasting person, a long-lasting business person? I'm telling you, success takes time. It's not something that you can just be rushing through. That's the first thing. But the second thing, and this is probably more important, is success creates mess. Success creates mess. There's a level to it where you just have to tolerate a little bit of the mess. Now you can decide that this is too messy, I'm done with this, and you can stop building. But what you're going to have is you're going to have a complete slowdown of the process. I'm looking at these buildings that are going to turn into great pieces of infrastructure, and there's trash and there's dirt everywhere, and they are digging up the grounds and replacing it with metal concrete infrastructure. There's mess. How many times in your life are you you look at my life, or you look at Chris's life, or you look at Dean's life, or you look at Russell's life, or you look at whoever it is that you can look up to, and you covet their end result, but you do not want to deal with the mess that they had to deal with to get there. Let's say it again. How many times do you look at other people's lives and you say, man, I covet the results of Taylor. I crave those results, but I'm unwilling to tolerate the mess, the sloppiness, the problems, the distress, the pressure, the patience, the timelines, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I want the outcome, but I'm unwilling to tolerate the process that he went through to get it. My friends, you're doing yourself a disservice by comparing yourselves to all these people, because first and foremost, it's easy to look at me and be like, man, look at the fruits of his businesses. Look at the fruits of his labor. You know, he's got this and that and everything and the team and all, but you don't know the price of the penalties that I paid to be here. And you can't compare me now, where, you know, I've had 5, 6, 7 years to go through this process, to you who's starting, 3 months. You're doing yourself a disservice. Be patient with yourself. At times, you got to give yourself a little bit of time. Give yourself a couple months. Give yourself a couple years. Do the right thing over and over for 2, 3, 4 years before you start comparing yourself to somebody like me or beyond. And the second thing is just be comfortable in sometimes the chaos of life. Sometimes you feel like you're not doing things fast enough and you feel like maybe it should be easier. But I promise you this, go find a building that is taller than a couple feet. Go find a building that has stood the test of time. And don't you tell me that there wasn't a mess for a long time to build that building, put that sucker up in the air. Things are going to take time. And oftentimes they're going to be a little bit messier than you wanted it to be. It's okay. It doesn't reflect poorly on you. Keep the vision strong. Move forward. All right. Adios. See ya.
DailyMindMedicine.com.
Pre-order The Consultant Next Door today with the link below.